Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Journey of a Mystery. Today's episode is going to be about the process of healing and being an active part of your healing process, which is very important. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you have not, please subscribe, and by the end of the video, I hope you like it, and show what you like and what you don't like. Okay, so, when we think of a healing process, we think of this pretty looking journey where one day we're hurt, the next we cry, and the next we see the rainbow. But, healing is an ongoing journey that requires a lot of determination, a lot of courage, and a lot of self-love. In my previous episodes, I did talk about how to recognize if you're acting from a place of trauma or how to find out whether this thing triggers you or not. And in today's episode, I want to emphasize the importance of taking responsibility over your actions and choices, as well as making sure that you are taking an active part in the healing process. In the past, I have emphasized the importance of realizing whether you're acting from a place of trauma or whether there's something that made you hurt in the past and you have not dealt with and healing from it. And it's really important to understand and ask yourself these questions and, for example, listen to videos like mine, whether they're mine or not. But it's really important to be an active part in the healing process. A lot of the beginner mistakes that even I used to do, and I'm actively trying to get out of, is this idea of, once I understand what to do to heal, I will magically start applying that into my life. Right? And I think this is something that even my friend I've seen and I've noticed that they fall under. Like, once you understand the concept of how to heal, then you will magically start to heal. No, that's unfortunately not how it is. You have to actually take action and build new routines and hold yourself accountable, which is why self-love is very needed in this moment, because you need to realize that you can't just bullshit your way through it, right? And I understand, when you're starting to working with your shadow side and you're trying to heal from your traumas and you're trying to become a better and grown and a more wise person, you're going to be overwhelmed, because especially if you're starting from the beginning, there's so much that you have to work on, starting from when you were a kid in your childhood, from the moment you were born until the moment that you are here right now in this moment, right? So it can be pretty overwhelming. I can understand that, trust me. And this is why I want you to take a deep breath, okay? Just take a deep breath. I know it's overwhelming, but we're gonna start really small, start building small habits. For example, lying. It's a very common thing. I've noticed everyone lies. I haven't met one person who is 100% completely honest. So I want you to, every time you catch yourself lying, I want you to take a breath and say, no, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell the truth. And even if you realize that you lied after you said the lie, I want you to try, for example, to say, you know what, sorry, that was a lie. I do that sometimes when I catch myself being a people pleaser. I will be like, you know what, no, that's a lie, I don't really like that. And you're entitled to your own interests and to who you are. So that's one of my tips. Why am I telling you to do something that is almost like a surface level thing, something that is not really that deep, something that you can change almost instantly. It's not something that will really traumatize you going and working through. It's because I want you to start building this trust between yourself. I want you to feel this sense of achievement every time you catch yourself not lying. You will have pride and you will gain more courage. You will gain better intuition. You will gain more self-love and acceptance toward yourself. And that is exactly the point of why I want you to do this. I want you to start loving yourself more, and I want you to celebrate even these small attainable goals because they are extremely important in your healing process. Second of all, I want you to learn to sit with your emotions and sit with your memories and be able to hold yourself there from a neutral place, from a place of self-love and a place of understanding. Because when you're working with your shadow side and you're trying to understand who you are, you want to be there to understand yourself, right? So act as if you are looking from a third person point of view, and this will try to make it easier for you to understand yourself. Because the healing process, as I said before, it starts from working from the moment you were born until the moment that you are here right now in this moment, right? So why is it important to look at the past? Because even if you think there is nothing significant that happened in the past that you should look over, there is definitely something that you can learn from looking over the past, looking over the choices that you've made, so you can learn to see the patterns oh my god, so you can learn to see the patterns in your choices, the patterns in your life, so you can either keep going where you're going or to make better decisions so you can reach to a better place in your life, to be where you want to be. And what else you can learn? If nothing significant happened as you really want to say, then you can learn to you can relearn to look at the world and to interact with the world from a traumatized outlook. Because I bet that the reason that you're watching this video is because you felt a pull to heal yourself, so something happened. So you want to see, has this happened in the past? How would I react to something in the future if I was in the past? How would I deal with myself? How would I feel about myself? How would I feel about the world? And this is why it's really important to look over the past and understand yourself and learn. Another thing that you can learn from looking over the past is that if something really did happen, there are sometimes people who either try to avoid remembering any kind of situation, like they stop looking at pictures from the past, they stop trying to relive memories in the past. And it's good that you don't really live in the past, because we all know living in the past is not good for you. But it's also, make sure that you're not just forcing yourself not to think about it because you were hurt and traumatized and you just want to forget about it, because forgetting about it is a lie that you tell yourself. Because even maybe you think you forgot about it, but your brain, there's a part of your brain that will always remember what happened. And if you don't deal and heal with it, you will always interact with the world as if that thing that traumatized you happened just yesterday or like 5 minutes ago, and you'll always be dealing from a place of traumatized. So you don't want that, right? You want to interact with the world from a place of healing, from a place of love and courage. This is what we want. Of course, that's not in the beginning. In the future, when you're a little more comfortable with your shadow, you should definitely push yourself out of your comfort zone, because you want to heal all parts of you, even those really traumatizing experiences that you've had. And maybe sometimes we realize something that happened in the past is not really that big of a deal anymore. But you have to understand that now that you're older, what seems like a big deal is different than what you would have thought is a big deal as when you were a kid or when you were that age. So make sure you never underestimate anything, and make sure that you remember that everything happens for a reason. So your hurt and pain is there to teach you, and it's there to push you towards something that you want to experience and you want to learn in your human journey in this lifetime. And I really want to emphasize that healing really does take time. It really does take a lot of time. You might work through something and think that you have healed and you would feel better for a while, and then out of nowhere something will trigger it again, or you will remember it and you will feel hurt all over again as if you haven't gone through the healing process at all. And I want to tell you, this is totally okay. Sometimes something resurfaces that we thought that we healed from, because there is this new level of understanding that we can get from that experience that we wouldn't have gotten in the first healing process. And it could be something that you should learn right now because you're experiencing something similar to it, or something that has been impacted because of that experience. I hope I'm not confusing you, because it all makes sense to me. So, if I confuse you, please write it down in the comments below, and I will try to re-explain it either in the comment section, or I will do another video to explain it. Just make sure that you work through your stuff, and don't feel bad if something resurfaces from the past that you thought that you healed from, because you will definitely heal from it again. There's just a new level of healing that you need to get to that you haven't done in the past. And now when you go through the healing process again, you'll understand why this thing resurfaced again, and you will accept it again. And that's just the healing process. So a lot of people think healing is just something that happens over one day, but it's something that you will have to endure for the rest of your life. Every day you have to make sure that you're healing, that you're coming from a place of love, that you're coming from a place of courage, and you're coming from a place of understanding, right? Because this is what our most important lesson in this life is, to learn to come from a place of love and leave the fear, leave the hatred and anger. We want to understand and accept and love and heal each other and help each other. And please, please, please give yourself a round of applause every time you achieve something or you feel you healed. Celebrate all your achievement, all the things that you go through and you feel like you've gotten better at dealing with, or if you have noticed that you are becoming more and more loving and more positive towards the world and towards other people because you're coming from a place of healing. I want you to celebrate that, because it's important to celebrate just as much as it's important to heal yourself and to accept yourself. Celebrate yourself, because it's not easy. Healing is not an easy process, but it is the most amazing thing that you can do for yourself. You're not doing it for other people. You're not doing it for the people that hurt you or for the situations that hurt you. You're doing it for yourself, because you love yourself, because you deserve to have a wonderful life, because you deserve to be healed. You deserve to feel love. You deserve it, okay? So do it for yourself. Celebrate it for yourself. I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. Here's the difference between a healed person and a person that is still operating from a place of trauma and hurt and anger. The work that you put in is the answer to whatever you ask the universe or God for. For example, if you ask for example, a partner, love, romance, or whatever, and God answered that, or the universe answered your prayers, and you got a partner, you got a person that you will love, but that person will reflect parts of you that you need to work on, because that's what partners are for, right? They will trigger you, they will push you to grow, they will push you to heal, they will reflect parts of you that you have not noticed before or you have ignored in yourself. So now it's a mindset, right? You can either be bitter that this relationship is hard, and there's a lot, because you will be triggered. If you have not healed, you will be triggered. You will become better to your partner because they're pushing you to heal. They're pushing you to deal with parts of yourself that you didn't recognize or you don't understand about yourself, or you will think that this is a trick, or that this is the lesson is that you don't deserve an actual good love, or you don't deserve proper love. And that's one way to look at it. Or you could look at it from a place of love, from a place of acceptance. And when you understand that this is a way for you to learn more about yourself, this is a way for you to heal more and about your, oh my god, this is a way for you to heal and learn to be more into unconditional love and acceptance. And you will realize that you got exactly what you want. You will fall in love more with yourself and with your partner, and that is unconditional love. And this is the one that you will always be striving for. What you want is unconditional love. Nobody wants conditional love. Nobody wants I love you only if. Everybody wants, I just want you to love me. I want you to love who I truly am, and you should reciprocate that energy to your partner. And that's what you will learn from a partner that may trigger you or reflect parts of yourself. So this is why it's important to heal and to always keep working on healing, and always look at the situations that you're going through with the mindset of, what can I learn from this? What can I learn from this? This is why I said in the beginning that healing is an ongoing process basically throughout your entire life, because you will always go through situations that will test you. You will always be put through situations that will either test if you have actually done the work in the past and healed yourself, which is what I'm pushing you to do, or if there's a pattern that you will keep doing because you're not learning your lesson. And healing will help you to learn your lesson. It will help you understand why either you let something happen, why you resonate with that kind of person who hurt you, why you even attract the person that would hurt you. And this is why healing is very important, and it's an ongoing process, because there's no way that you will reach a point in your life that you will be like, yeah, I will never go through pain again in my entire life. That's just like the end of life, because life is all about learning and experiencing. Sometimes we wouldn't understand, so we will feel hurt if we don't understand the lesson in the beginning. But when we reflect and actively work to understand why things happen in our lives and heal from the place that got hurt from that experience, then we will become better at dealing with life, and we will be consistent in a place of love and acceptance and understanding, instead of always operating from a place of bitterness, anger, fear, and hate. Okay, so I fixed the light. It was really bothering me, and so yeah, healing is an ongoing process for most of your life. It's part of the human experience that you asked for. It's what you signed up for. And try to understand that healing is hard, but it's extremely beautiful, because you will be stripped down to your most vulnerable parts of yourself, and you will understand yourself, and you will be filled with love towards yourself. And that is the most amazing feeling in the entire world, and it's so worth it. It is so worth the effort. It's so worth the work. Trust me. The healing process starts with you going over your experiences from the moment you were born to the moment that you are here right now. So, in your awakening stages, when you have reached through the point of going back all the way to the moment that you were born, and you have stripped yourself of everything that you have been conditioned, or everything that you have been taught, and you start to choose everything that you want to believe, and choosing everything that you want to be a part of. You want to actively know and understand why you believe in the things that you believe in, why you want to understand your values, your morals. This is why you want to make sure you understand yourselves, because you don't want to be like, yeah, I believe in this because someone told me this, or because this is all I know. You want to have a really good answer for yourself, so you can be able to hold yourself accountable to these morals and values and beliefs. And that also comes from the healing process, because it's really hard, especially if there's something that you have been taught from family members or from a community and from a traditional point of view that you don't really agree with, but feel like if you would disown or not take part in anymore, you would feel isolated. But it's really important that you do this for yourself. It's important that you try to understand why it's important for you to truly believe in what you believe in. And don't let the fear overtake the value of how it's important for you to truly believe in something because you believe in it, not just because you have been told you should believe it. That is really the biggest part of the healing process. It's letting yourself unlearn and be unconditioned, to be your wild self again, to be your complete vulnerable human being, to come from a place of your complete and utter authenticity. You're authentic because you believe in everything that you believe in, not just because you've been conditioned to, but because you actually do. And if you really want to understand your own beliefs that you've been conditioned, you should ask yourself, okay, but why do my parents believe that? For example, or what is the wisdom behind that? Well, how can I understand this? How can I see this from a place of love and understanding, instead of just always also being like, no, I just don't want to believe in the things that my parents believe in for the spite of it, or because you're angry at them and you want nothing to do with them. Make sure that you're not bullshitting yourself on why you're doing things, because your subconscious mind knows why you're doing things, okay? So just make sure that you always understand your beliefs, your thoughts, your fears, your desires, your love, all of it from a place of wisdom, from a place of understanding. And you want to come from a place of love. This is the most important part. I say that in this episode is really important, and I really want you to take the time to take all of this in, because it's really, really important. What is really important to understand about the healing process, as I've mentioned a couple of times, is that you need to have an outlook of understanding, acceptance, and love. Acceptance. It's really important that you need to accept the reality of situations. Is that if there's something that you're finding yourself having a hard time letting go or moving on from, maybe it's because you are not accepting the situation. You somehow along the way found a ways to blame yourself over what happened, rather than accepting that a lot of things in life are just meant to be temporary. It's okay to be excited and want to experience things like beautiful emotions like love and happiness, but don't get attached to the idea of it, because a lot of things in life are meant to be temporary. Why? Because everything that we go through in our human experience is there to teach us. So things are not always meant to be forever. This will help you to realize that there is a balance in the world, and you can't experience everything forever, or you can't experience one thing for the rest of your life, and you let go of that attachment. You will find it easier for you to heal from whatever that is hurting you, because you will be able to let it go. Because life is so much more than that. We go through life to be able to heal, to learn, and to experience this whole collective of emotions, experiences, and this is why some things are temporary, because we want to have experiences in everything, right? And so life is about learning and about experiencing. So when you're going through something and you want to try to heal from it, you want to ask yourself, what can I learn from that? What lessons you should be learning from that, instead of letting yourself get lost and you drown in your sorrows and sadness in that specific experience. Be thankful that you got to experience that thing, even if it was temporary, whatever it is, whether it's someone or a situation. Be thankful that you got to experience something as beautiful as that. I know it's really hard. It's a really hard part of the human life, but also letting go will allow you to be open to new experiences and new levels of love. If you think that that's the only good part in your life, then you're wrong there, and you need to call yourself out on that. Things go, but more things open. They say one door closes, 10 more open. And that's how life is. So let go of what doesn't serve you anymore, and be thankful, and have faith that whatever will come in the future will be even better than what you just had and you just let go of. And this will help you in the healing process. Life goes on. Life goes on. So have faith in the beautiful balance that can be divinely found in this entire universe and world. Life is not easy, and it's not meant to be. But life is beautiful, and life is balanced. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below what you think of today's episode and whether or not I made you confused, because I hope I helped. And yeah, if you please also don't forget to check out my other previous episodes. I talked about healing in the past, and I continually mention that. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!